Greetings all, welcome to another video. Tonight's gonna be I'm gonna be using less of my brain power. See, it doesn't even work. Been a long day, it's gonna be a long night. I still got stuff to finish tonight, so for work, so. Greetings, MJ, glad to see you again. Oh, no problem. You can watch the replay of yesterday if you're really bored. And Vince is back. Can you really not hear it? Can you hear me? Audio is okay then? Because anything can happen. We're good? I'll just talk for a bit and see if we're still good. Gotta remember to change that graphic in the corner so that things don't get behind the banner. All right, well, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago. Hey, DeFancy, how are you? I thought that might get your attention. You should probably watch that advertising video. They obviously use ZBrush for some of the CG in it because they're putting that in their ad circle here pretty heavy. Oh, I'm glad you figured it out, Vince. Thank you. And I'm glad you can hear me because, you know, it's just so much better. Well, a couple of weeks ago, two things happened. One, I was clicking through YouTube trying to find something to watch for noise. And I've noticed lately that it's starting to push content to me that's like 2 or 3 years old. That just means I've spent too much time watching YouTube in the last year. And then somebody, I don't even know who it was. It wasn't anybody I regularly follow. So they were really stretching it. Brought up a thing about ZBrushCoreMini, and I'm like, kind of remember that. I went back and looked, and it came out last early summer, June, July, something like that. And I used the full version of ZBrush, and I have used ZBrush Core, their like stripped down version, their intro version before. I bought it when it came with ZBrush Core and a small tablet, Wacom tablet, and then I upgraded to the full version. So their leader worked on me and many others. And then last summer they brought this out, which is less features than ZBrush Core, but the thing is, this is perfectly free. I think ZBrush Core costs $180 for a lifetime license. And it's still very well featured, perfect for 3D printing people. And then the full version is like $800 or $900. I think it's $900 for a lifetime license, and they have different levels, but you do monthly or annually or whatever, but I always go for the lifetimes. That's weird. I'm getting some kind of feedback. And it went away. So that's good. But this is totally free. We'll skip their commercials now. Now, anybody that wants to do any kind of organic, you know, mushy modeling, soft stuff, not like nuts and bolts and gears and that you can do it in here, but it's in ZBrush, but it's a pain. Sorry. But this is just meant to be an introduction. I think it's a great thing just to use to de-stress a little bit, because it's just like playing with digital clay, just like getting your hands in there and mushing stuff around. But it's free. And you can see if that's your kind of thing before you invest any money in the bigger versions. And right now we have this, you know, nice ball here in front of us. You can also do Yeah, we don't have to save the plane ball. They also give you a rectangle to work with. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so you can also do this, and it's, rectangular object, but I like to start with the ball. And there's a link in the description. You can download this yourself. Hello there, BioNick, aka non-fam. How's it going tonight? So I find this relaxing, just the way I do with the other versions. But you just go like this and do the. It's just like that. And they've got a limited number of tools, but they're good ones all the same. And Control Z, Control Z undoes things. Boy. They've got the, load, save, pick your object. This is symmetry, so that when I was drawing there, it does the same thing on both sides of the face, if you will, or of the object. If I turn that off and I do one of these, it just does one or the other. So that's kind of handy when you're doing things that are balanced, like humans and animals, things that have stuff on both sides relatively the same. You can change the size of your brush, so you can do really big stuff or really, really, really tiny stuff. And put that back to a reasonable size. You can also do the intensity of it, so that if I draw a line there, it barely makes a dent. But if I crank up the intensity, it does a big one. Am I trotting on somebody else's show tonight? Because I didn't intend to. Now, right now, we've got 11,000 active polygons on the screen. And you can see those when I turn to this mode. And there is a limit. I don't remember what it is. We'll probably hit it at some point. And then you can just set this to set it back down to 500,000, back down to 100,000 or 150,000. Right now we're at 11,000, so we're pretty safe. We got a ways to go. And then we can export an image if we've got something we're proud of and we want to print it out and put it up on the fridge or share it on socials. You can do that. Or you can export for 3D printing, which is the connection. See the tie-in? And then you can go to their websites and you can upgrade, of course, because this is, it's meant to get you all excited, so you'll buy one of their bigger products. So, and they got this little humanoid skull in the corner that lets you know that you're looking straight on at the object now. Perspective and distortion view, you probably don't have to worry about that much. It comes into play with rectangles and things looking weird to you. You can rotate on all axes, or you can just select the ones you want, I believe. Yeah, you can just do Y. It's hard to show it right now because we're not locked on. It's better. Hold the shift key to lock it square on. Local transformations or world transformations. Turn the floor grid on so you can see where the floor is. I just turned it on down there. It's hard to see because it's pale gray on medium gray, but the floor is on so you know when you're moving around. And then when you zoom in or out too far, you can just bring it back to full frame and then bring it back a bit. Also move around with it. Move your object around. Reframe it. Zoom out a bit. Rotate, which we've been doing at the top. And turn the grids on and off, which is handy when you're trying to figure out why something isn't working more than anything. Okay, let's play. I can also change the material, what it looks like. We'll play with that later when there's something to see. What the different brushes are is the standard brush, which is the one we played with already. Clay buildup, which just lops on little rectangular, like I always think of the little, remember when you get pancakes in a restaurant, it has little square butter things, little tabs of butter. It's like just a whole bunch of those that just flow out constantly. So that's how clay buildup works. And then you can smooth it out with the shift key and make stuff. Always Control Z to undo, my favorite thing. I sit with my hand on it. They also have an inflate, which is handy, which just does what it says. It just inflates things. So that's that. Pinch brush, which does what it says. It's kind of like taking your fingers and running them along in clay, I guess. I talk like I ever did a lot of work in clay, which I haven't. But same as when you were a kid and you played with your mashed potatoes. Same thing. And it gets that sharp edge. And then the move, which just used to just pull pieces out. Once we get more of the face going here, we'll be able to see that work better. It just does that. To me, move always, you have to kind of be sideways to see how it works. For me, anyway. And oops. And then there's the /3 brush, and it's like for doing you do a gouge on things. And then if you take that and then you come back with the pinch brush and you run along the edges of it, you can get like a area with, I'm not doing that very good, but you get a dented in area with a sharp edge along the top. And then polish, which makes a big, like a flat area. It's kind of like taking an iron and melting onto things. Handy when you've got something that's too spiky and you always want to take the end off it a bit. And my favorite, snake hook. Snake hook lets you do horns and tentacles and all kinds of things in it. You just kind of mush it around. Like so. And you can do, you can do spiky, oops. So I'm gonna do the last few of those. And then again, if you turn off the, oops, didn't like that one. Too close to somebody else. have hair like mine. Kind of like that. And then you just take it all back. Like that. So what I'm thinking I'm just going to do is just kind of work on some kind of a face idea. So take clay brush. Yeah, I know. I hit it too many times. Let's do it with this. Okay, first of all, let's throw. Okay. Turn that on. That'll probably help. Bring the size up a bit. Let's make a couple eye sockets just as a reference right now. This kind of stuff is great with a drawing tablet, but I'm just using a mouse tonight. And I'm just holding the Alt key to dig in instead of adding material. Sorry, I'm just running out of liquids tonight. And then let's just pull out a little bit. Move right. Kind of pull out a little bit for where the nose will be. Let's move that brush bigger for the back. I don't know exactly what this is going to be. I don't have a plan. Right now, it's just potato. Maker Viking, how are you tonight, sir? Or whatever, I guess this morning, maybe. Thank you for stopping in, sir. I haven't seen you in a while. Now notice how it's getting kind of, you can see the facets back here, like the flat spots of all the polygons. And they're like that. One way to get rid of that in here is to go back to this brush, set the intensity to nothing, and set that maybe about there. And you go over it, and it's supposed to fix it. Why is it not? Because I don't have shift down, that's why. Now if you look at notice what it did, where I went over it there, it increased the number of polygons in that area to thereby make it look smoother. Oh, non-fam's in again twice. Thank you. But see, so like down in this area, Let's go through. I just lay it in with the brush and give it a more detailed grid, and then hit the smooth brush, and it pulls it right together. And before our polygon count was at 11,000, now we're at 23,000 just by doing those few things, mostly from doing this. So that's how you get a smoother place to work. And then just use the smooth brush, which is set way too high. I like to run it about there. It actually smooths better for me than this anyway. So I get to this point, it started to get actually blockier, like where it hit an edge. And that's because we ran out of the finer mesh and got into the bigger, chunkier stuff again. So I only had this crash on me once so far, so now that I've said that, you know, it'll happen. But I don't know about in the Windows version, but here in the Mac, my middle mouse scroll wheel doesn't have any effect to zoom in and out like it should. All right, let's do some more. Let's use a snake hook and do some big. See, when I smooth it, it shortens it up again. Really the desired effect. If I bring down the smoothing level, it would help that a bit. I kind of like this program. See how it kind of messed up around his eyes too? Right there. Yeah, same problem. Don't worry, it'll come back. Oops, too much. Wow. Brush is too huge. Put this anywhere? No, should help. A bit more. Try to remember not to use the square bracket keys to make the brush bigger and smaller, because it picks up on the microphone way too much. The smoothing for now. I don't know if this it would take a while to get some really deep detail in it, but I've seen some things created with this that are just amazing. I'm not sure if my patience and time levels work to that point, but it's definitely fun. I'm thinking it'll be good when you're on hold at tech support somewhere. You just play with this while you listen to their music that's just as great as mine. Oh, took down my clay build up. I like that better. Nice thing here is nothing has to be perfect. Like you're just messing around. I haven't tried printing anything out of here yet, so. Okay, let's try to some people's reviews of this, I've seen them compare all the things that you can't do in it. I'm going to try and focus on the things you can do. But one of the things I miss is the ability to bring in like a ball for an eyeball as another object. You can only have one object active in this at a time. So, hello there, Mark. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're having a good day. So in here for things like eyes and that, you just have to sort of, it's too big. Just have to sort of do this. It would be more challenging to do eyelids and things like that. And you could, you just have to work a lot harder at it than I probably would. Ooh, his eye's not staying around now. It's not around at all. That's not bad. We'll take this maybe. We'll zoom in a bit more. That's sort of about maybe there. I don't too much. That's better. Find the eye socket a little bit more. I'm left-handed, and it really shows when I'm drawing with a mouse in my right hand. But I should get out my little tablet, the old one, if I still have one. Just like that. And then let's a little bit of pinch work around here. Give them an even more sunken look. Some more clay. I don't like that one. The best thing about this is it's free. So thinking maybe if anybody wanted to, we could do a sculpt along night, and anybody can join because it's free, and we could just join in on screen or not, their call, and sculpt along and pick a subject. And that's how I learned a lot of my ZBrush skills. Was Chaos Cortec used to do that. I think Tessa did it too. It did sculpt along nights, and they'd pick a weird character, like cartoon character. What was it? It's in my intro video, actually. One of those. Mine's Casper, the friendly ghost, underwater. It was 3 things. I can't remember what the third one was. Because when he's in the video at the start and end of my videos, you see him for a second, and he's Casper the friendly ghost with like swim fins on, flippers. I can't remember what the third thing was, but anyway, it used to be fun to do those. It's cool because if you got stuck and couldn't figure something out, you just ask, and there was 3 or 4 other people around that you could ask how to do it, and they go, "Oh yeah, do it this way." And then some people say, "No, do it this way," and that's always fun too. Let's inflate his nose a bit. Oh, it is pretty light. I don't know what this character is exactly. We can do anything we want at this point. Give his nose some more detail. Some more polygons to play with. And we're still only at 116,000, so we're still fine. Smooth that some more and get it less battle damaged. Maybe we'll do that different. Let's do, not quite what I wanted, but oops. Pull down the key, man. Why is nothing happening? Because I'm not holding the key again. Like that. Throw a little bit more inflate up here. So it had that weird little hole. Sometimes it forgets. ZBrush. Too big. Pulling down the key you want really helps too. Whoa, sorry about that. Yeah, I know it's garbage night. I know. Why did we get that bad there? Huh, that's why. All right, and then let's work on some kind of a food consumption area. All right. Sure why the smoothing isn't working the way it should, making it worse, not better. Like that. The brush is too big. Doesn't matter. Turn off symmetry. See if we can. A little bit of a forked tongue. And should give him some more. Things like this. Kind of stretch him out a bit. I forgot I didn't have symmetry on, so now I'm going down a bit of a different path. That's okay. Just do a few little and oh, slipped off of it. Oops. Let's move that back over there. I kind of wanted it. No. So, it's probably about good enough for tonight, I think. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Turn symmetry back on. Symmetry on. And there he is with his spine not lined up with his head. Let's try and move that. This may not work. And let's see. Oops. Turn off symmetry. So it'll look better, maybe. Yeah, it's still all over the place. Get closer. Maybe he had a battle when he was younger. And then the last thing you can do here is you can change the materials to different things. So that's matte, cap, gray, which is one of the normal things you work in 3D land. And then you can change them to matte cap red. And then just basic, I don't know what that one's called, basic material. There is a creative name. They only give you 8, and one of them is called basic material. Then there's this one, which is shiny plastic. And you can change it, I believe, to different colors, like if you green, or, you know, maybe you want a good color like that. And we'll go back to that one. And then this one's a skin shade. Well, I guess we gotta set it back to wherever that was. I've messed it up now. Go to skin shade, go to gold, because, you know, this is worth having printed in gold. Look how blocky that looks now. If I had more patience, I could smooth that out. And that's just flat white, so you're not going to see any detail. It's just like an outline, almost like you'd use for a matte video. There's silver, because, you know, you can't have gold get all the glory. You got to have silver too. I recommend everybody downloads this and plays with it. It's kind of fun. Good to do when you're supposed to be doing something else, maybe. When you're stuck on hold on a tech call, I think that would be a really good use for it. If anybody's interested, drop me a note either in the comments or on the socials, and we'll maybe pick a day and do a sculpt along in this and see what people can do. Don't have to be good. I'm not. But I really do like that one. That's my favorite. There's a good angle to do a... Just put on the desktop so I can find it easier. Say okay. Make that the thumbnail. It's pretty scary. Time to expand your horizons, man. It's just like SolidWorks, only flexible, mushy clay rubber, like ooze. What's the, like silly putty or any of that stuff? Or slime. I think it's slime. It was popular a few years ago. Saw somebody talking about it in the morning news for keep kids entertained during, because it's March break in April for us. So they're calling it spring break now. And they're talking about things for kids, keep their kids busy while they're off. And now they're not going back to school after this, but it's kind of fun, you know, if you need to do something quick that's small and got a little bit of shape to it. It's kind of fun. At least I think so. And if you want to export it for 3D printing, let's do that. What are our options? OBJ file, that's fine. You can load that into things. So we've done that too. Never know, I might just print it small, but I might. And then quickly, let's just do one. Let's save this. Sure. I don't know where I put it, but it doesn't matter. Now, it saved it in whatever format that was. Yeah, it saves it, all the project files together, and you can, I believe it said you can open that just as a picture. Some people see a picture, but if you load it in here, it brings the object back as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like they embed it somehow. Now we're going to hope that it's saved. And it's the same thing here. You make really quick tiki type critters in this. I like the way I'm smoothing it, but it keeps that stucco type texture on it still. That's kind of neat. So you can do like a tiki statue sort of idea. That's what I was thinking anyways. What a big schnoz. Go. And we'll give them two little eyes. And just like that. And he's ready to go. We're going to save him too. I want to see what that texture comes out like when I print it. So it's enough detail for one. Anyway, so that's ZBrushCoreMini, available for free at the link in the description below. And if you can hit the like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that would be great. And thanks everybody. Thanks everyone for joining tonight. It's been fun. And now I get to go do other work for another couple hours yet tonight, probably. And I get to get up early for garbage day. Anyway, thanks again. Be safe, everybody. And remember to never let the machines win.